listening to the 78th Army Band, the U.S. Army 78th Army Band. I am so excited to see them. We are actually part of the same command, so I hear them practicing all the time, and they are amazing.
Let's listen in for a little bit.
Let's listen, yes, they'll tell you all about it on the back end. They're a musical organization under the 99th Reserve Support Command, established in 2008 as part of the Army Reserve transformation process based at Fort Dix. And in addition to its concert and ceremonial and concert bands, the 78th Army Band also features a diverse array of musical ensembles, jazz combos. They really do it all.
Just amazing.
Really, really good. They're so talented.
You think, all of this started as armistice days. At the end of World War I, eventually became known as Veterans Day. But this was a time to celebrate not only our victory and the service of our soldiers, but also the freedom that it resulted in the world. And that brings us to our next guest and his connection to having Belgium here as part of this parade.
Yeah, I want to read these two lines from a famous war poem. Quote, "In Flanders fields the poppies blow between the crosses row on row." Those two lines begin the most famous war poem in the English language.
The Flanders region of Belgium suffered under enemy occupation from 1914 to 1918. Its people, though, have never forgotten the service and sacrifice of the Americans who joined the effort to liberate their land. And here now is the General Representative of Flanders in the U.S., Paul Hegg. Paul, great to have you here. Tell us a little bit about the history with Belgium and the U.S. and why you are a part of this today.
Well, thanks for having me here, first of all. The World War I has been, tremendous influence on Belgium and Belgian Flanders in particular. I am a product of a double effort by the U.S. First of all, bringing us freedom back in 1918, and freedom doesn't come for free, as we know, so we have to keep on remembering. And then the Second World War, you again came to free us up. And personally, I actually was an exchange student with AFS, an American Field Service, which is also an ambulance corps in the First and the Second World War, led by American volunteers. So all thanks to that, I'm here, and I'm here to discuss with you freely on everything that we like.
And I want to know what goes on in Flanders a little bit. How does Flanders commemorate the Americans who fought and died for their freedom?
Actually, we commemorate them not just today, because the day was a big ceremony at 11th hour as well, but we celebrate them and we commemorate them every single day. At 8 o'clock in the evening, we have taps playing at Ypres, which is the main port, which is the main battlefield in Flanders. And there, every single night, since 1919, the ceremony is taking place. It's been going on 365 days a year on, more than 100 years now.
One of the things I love about coming to the Veterans Day Parade is the history, and the history that we learn, and particularly a story like this. Now, you are in New York now, right? You just recently came here. What do you hope to accomplish in the days ahead?
Well, I hope first of all I can stay a little bit more than a few days. I hope to stay here quite a few years, and I hope that we can keep on embracing our great relationship, that we keep on embracing our liberty and fight for one another. And I think particularly in the world of today, there's a lot of tension again. It's more than necessary ever to work together and work further for peace. So I'm here to join this celebration. It's really great how we celebrate it here, and also here to really thank America and all the veterans for the efforts they have done for so many years now.
And I'm always so impressed with the veterans that make it out here to participate in the parade, and those who would come out to watch. How does it feel to be here and see this happening here on US soil?
It's quite amazing. It's very different from how we celebrate it in Belgium. It's much more intimate in Belgium, but here it's actually a big celebration, which is nice to see. It's a happening. It's more happening than in Belgium, where it's more silent, quiet. but very intimate.
Well, we want to thank you for coming, sharing that story, and we also want the audience to understand it's not just Belgium, it's not just France, it's not just England, it's so many other countries who are impacted and suffered because of these wars in the past. And as a result, at 11 o'clock this morning, parade and community representatives were joined by members of our allied nations to mark the traditional moment of the armistice that ended World War I. They gathered in Madison Square Park, just beside where we are right now, in an emotional wreath procession to the Eternal Light Memorial. Just important. I know when you see something like that, Paul, you got to be moved by it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's probably one of the greatest experiences I've had in the US so far, and probably will remain so for the next years to come. Thanks so much for having me.
Paul, thank you so much for being here and for the work that you do.
Absolutely. We can take a short break, then the celebration continues at the 2024 New York City Veterans Day Parade at ABC 7NY right here on Fifth Avenue.
They called them nags.
This member and veteran can do as a way to check up on the health and welfare of fellow veterans who might need assistance or simply need to know someone is there for them.
Absolutely. Use Veterans Day to reach out to a veteran in your life and make sure that they are okay. Even if they seem okay and they've got everything together, their life together, you just never know. So go ahead and ask them how they're doing. Hashtag buddy check. Just check on your buddy, and that goes for veterans and for civilians, for everybody. That's really something that we should all be doing. So we've got the group that's walking by now on the red carpet, National Grid, which employs approximately 700 veterans, as well as about 100 employees. We also have AT&T, a sponsor of the New York City Veterans Day Parade. AT&T Veterans Employee Group started in the 1980s. They have been helping out veterans for a long time now.
Yeah, they like to say serving those who served our nation continues to be shared vision and a starting place for the group. They sponsor an annual scholarship program for veterans and children of veterans, providing up to $70,000 per year for scholarships, 65,000 of which has successfully been awarded as of October of 2021. Now, this was founded in 2021, and it's just such a wonderful program. It's such a great thing to see.
And right now we're seeing the National Association of Black Military Women, New York City chapter, composed of African American women who have served in the military. And the mission of this group is to seek out, record, maintain, and tell the story of the service and sacrifice of African American women who have served or are now serving our nation.
Talk to me a little bit about next year. I mean, I imagine that you're already starting to plan for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So next year is the 250th of the Army, Navy, Marines. We will have 3 Grand Marshals next year, and then honorary marshals as well. So I think next year is going to be a big, robust parade.
Take that up to Air Force. They're like, oh, hey, oh.
They'll eventually get their turn and come around again.
There's a parade for every branch, eventually. That's what I like.
Last year was the Army,
Yep.
the Marine Corps. We got to take a full round. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Let's talk more about the buddy check and how important it is to check on service members, no matter how old they are, no matter how long they've been in the service. It's so crucial because every service member could going through so many different things and different issues as they either try to transition to civilian life or staying in the military.
Absolutely. I think Veterans Day is an excellent excuse to reestablish contact with your past service members that you serve with. Every year around Veterans Day, I'm always reaching out to people I serve with in Desert Storm in Panama. But everyone should check in, because you never know who needs it, right? Sometimes it's just great to talk to your old buddies and talk about the old days, but in that conversation, you don't know if somebody needs it. It's a big help to them.
It's really great speaking with you both.
We want to toss and get some final
Yes.
thoughts from Lucy Yang, who I said earlier, this is not just about the veterans. In my opinion, it's about the families as well and their connection. And she's the mother of a West Point grad and another one in West Point. Lucy, your final thoughts.
Well, David and Stephanie, thank you. It's been a very moving day to hear from veterans from every single branch. So we thank you not just today, but every single day we get to wake up in this free country. We love you to all the veterans. And David and Stephanie, bravo to you. Thank you for making this so fun today. Thank you to all our viewers and supporters along the parade route.
Lucy, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who has watched and is thanking their veteran on this Veterans Day. It is meaningful, it is important. I thank you, and I thank you both. Great co-hosts.
To all veterans, thank you for your service. This is your day, to you and your family, and this parade. We thank you, Mark, and everyone else who got involved with making this possible. You know what? I can't wait for next year.
I can't either. I can tell you, thank you to our veterans, and I'd like to shout out to my son at home. He's 13. He hasn't been to the parade yet. He'll come next year for sure. So thinking about you, Zach. I love you, little man.
I'm going to bring my sons, too. They haven't been here before either. They're in school today, so I couldn't bring them. But
That'd be awesome.
yes, we're going to have a bunch of kids hanging out here.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for watching the 105th Veterans Day Parade in New York City, right up Fifth Avenue. It has been a spectacular time. It's such an honor to be here. Have a great afternoon, everybody.